Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats here from Popternative, speaking to Matilda Källström about Threesome, which is going to be launching in the US on VIAPLay February 22nd. Welcome to the show. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. This is so exciting.
It is really exciting because, you know, you work on a show that kind of drops in the Nordic region and everything, and then you kind of finally get kind of the notification that it is going to be able to be seen in other countries in North America and the US. What is that like for you? Like, is it starting to hit you a little bit that more people are going to be able to see Threesome?
You know what? It's just, when I got the email, I was like, no, it felt completely unreal. And then they were like, yeah, so we were going to do a bit of press and talk to some people. And I'm like, this is real. This is happening. I'm actually going to be able to talk to people from the other side of the world about something that we made like 3 years ago, which is just unbelievable. I'm so proud and so thankful for this opportunity.
Content is really global. A lot of people get a chance to watch so many amazing shows out there. What besides that do you love the most about being a storyteller and an actor? Is that kind of one of the things you like the most? The fact that like stories now are kind of so wide now and available to a lot of people?
Yeah, I think it's awesome. And I really like that we have this very specific way of telling stories in the Nordic regions.
Yes.
And then being able to like gift that to you guys, because we consume so much from the US. You guys are beasts. You're just the best. You make so much good content. So I think that exchange is absolutely fabulous. And then I telling stories is just awesome. And I feel like making something that people can relate to is super important, and it's a blessing. It's such a privilege to be able to do that. And meeting people, I think that's the thing. I love the people in this work. It's just I can't get enough of it.
Let's talk a little bit about your character Siri. Let's talk about something that I kind of really enjoyed about this show, Matilda, is the fact that Siri says a lot of things without saying anything at all, if you know what I mean by that. She's got a lot of facial expressions, a lot of emotion. Were those the conversations with like the writers and directors and showrunners, that the fact that she is this person that at times says little, but in a lot of ways says a lot, basically? Like, I'm curious about that.
I think when Lisa, the director, was doing the castings and looking for Siri, she looked for, I did the audition 2 years before I got the part. They looked forever.
Yeah.
And I think she really wanted to tell a story that wasn't like only based in script. The script is phenomenal. It's so good. But she was looking for somebody who has the emotions on her skin and can portray what the storm that goes on inside. And I feel like this is my first big part. I've never done anything like this before. And she kind of saw that in me. I was so green and such a noob, but she just saw me and she was like, okay, we can work with this. And then together with her, she just taught me how to use, because I think it's a mix between me and her. Like that's one of my best assets. I'm very good at portraying emotions without using words. I'm not very good at words. That's my...
No. Now you're making me feel bad. What?
No. I'm just kidding. So she kind of saw that. No. My words. It's just
we should just rewind. And just
no, because I think you're completely right. And I kind of realized how important it is. And Lisa just saw that, and she was like, yes. And she could tell me, okay, so now grit your teeth a little bit, or move your knee, and it will portray in your face. It's such a small...
So you're not offended. That was a good question.
No,
you approved the question.
Yes, it's you know what? It's a phenomenal question. I've never gotten that question before, and
you.
I've been waiting for it because I've been working so hard on my facial expression.
I think you're just saying that because I felt bad. But another thing about Siri, which I find really interesting, is I'm not going to kind of sugarcoat this. I mean, she makes a lot of bad decisions.
She does.
Okay? And I feel like, truly, some moments in the show, she honestly doesn't think she's doing not much wrong, or she's just not thinking properly and thinks she's misunderstood. That must be difficult to play as an actor a little bit, where you're someone who, like, the audience is seeing it and saying, wow, this is not the greatest person. Like, why is she doing this? And then you're like, well, maybe she's just misunderstood. Like, I'm curious, do you see that in the script as well, the misunderstood components of Siri?
Yeah, if I'm gonna be completely honest with you, when I first read the full script, I absolutely hated Siri.
We are just going
Sorry,
for it.
It's late. It's so late here to me.
No, it's so...
I'm just kidding.
I love this.
I'm just kidding.
I love it.
Sorry,
No worries. Continue.
I actually really thought Siri was an asshole, and I was like, why is she? Because exactly what you're thinking. Why is she making these decisions? Why is she putting herself into these bad situations? But when we started recording and I got to know her and I got to know David and John and Alma, I just realized that I think it's what you're saying. I think she's not thinking straight. I think she is in desperate need of something else. She's so unhappy, but she doesn't know what to do, and she makes these decisions, and she's just hoping for the best, but she will suffer for the consequences.
No, it's a tough one. I think a lot of people are going to watch it, you know, because it's so exciting now on February 22nd in the States. People are going to be able to watch it on VIAPLay, and I think people are just going to kind of be like, I don't like this person. She's not misunderstood. She's just not like, that's possible. You know what I mean? Different perspectives.
Yeah. I've had so many people write to me on social media being like, how dare you? How dare you do that to David? Like, being very angry at me. And then I've also had people contacting me and be like, oh my God, I'm in the exact same predicament. I understand completely what she's going through and why she is doing these things. So I think it's a matter of where you are in your life and what kind of things you've experienced, because I can relate. I haven't done as many bad things as Siri has, but I can completely understand the darkness and the hole inside of your heart that you're just looking to fill in some kind of way.
100%. I love this show, and I love that it is an amazing YA young adult kind of show from the Nordic region, like you said. Some of my favorite shows are coming from a lot of those countries, like, you know, Young Royals, Ragnarok, Love and Anarchy. Like, these are some of my favorite shows. What is that like, kind of looking at all the amazing things happening in the Nordic region industry-wise, knowing that these shows are getting kind of put out, like we said in the beginning of the interview, getting put out in North America and the US and Canada, and people are really kind of loving these, and they're becoming like very popular globally? Because a lot of these countries, like, are you in Sweden?
Yes.
Not the biggest country population-wise.
No, it's a very long country, but there are not that many people. But I think there's something, you know, we have been only categorized as a Nordic noir. We can do. Yeah. But I feel like the recent years, when the production company has started to like really be more brave about what they're doing, we have a phenomenal way of portraying emotions in a very realistic way, and that's our strength. I think with all the Young Royals and Love and Anarchy and all of those things, and especially with Threesome, we have a realism that I think, especially in the US, you guys kind of like, because it's very different from what you guys make in Hollywood, which is fantastic, and just.
And Canada as well, too. Canada, North America, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And I also think like Asia is doing so many good things right now, and I think we are opening our eyes to that. And I think there's just this exchange of culture and of content that is just so. I'm actually super excited about it. That you guys are opening the doors, and we're doing like an exchange, because I think we have so much to learn from you guys, and we have been learning for years. And I think now we can learn together, and like we can share.
The best part about all of this is that we are able to watch so many incredible TV shows from all around the world. My only rule is that you need to watch them in the language they were made in, with, say it with me in 3, 2, 1, subtitles.
Subtitles. Yes. Can you say that to like Germany and France and
Subtitles.
subtitles? It's easy. It's easy.
You got to. And no, seriously, Matilda, this was actually so much fun. Thank you so much for your time. Seriously.
You're amazing. This was so. Can you call me on like my free time? We can just have a chat. This was so much fun. I loved it.
But you know what's exciting? Because Threesome is going to be available, launching in the United States February 22nd on VIAPLAY. So you'll be able to check that out. Threesome, you play Siri, who might or might not be the greatest person. I don't know. They got to find out. Your Instagram account, is it just your name? Like, where can people follow you to keep up to date for Instagram?
Yeah, so it's just my name with my middle name. So it's Matilda, which is my real name, and then it's Kajsa, which is my middle name, and then it's Källström,
Källström,
without the weird Swedish letters.
Absolutely.
So that's me.
Perfect. Well, look, this has been Popternative, youtube.com/Popternative. Previous episodes, Popternative.com has other content as well. Look out for Matilda Källström as Siri on a Threesome, launching in the US on VIAPLAY February 22nd. Until next time, this is Matilda and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.